Ittay Flescher is a Jerusalem-based journalist for Plus 61J Media. He's been sheltering in place in his basement. Hi, Ittay. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
What is life like? I mean, we hear shelter in place. We think we might have kind of an idea. Maybe we watched a war movie. But what you are living through is very, very real. Are you able to get out? Are you able to go to the store? Are you able to exercise? Where are your children playing?
So I live in Jerusalem. I have two children, aged 14 and 11. I've been at home more or less for 3 days. I am allowed to leave the house. There's no restriction on that. But there could be a siren any minute. There could be one right now, and I'd have to leave this interview if that happened. So we don't know when they'll come. When they do, we've got 90 seconds to get to a bunker under our it's a concrete enforced room. And we go there for 10 minutes every time there's a rocket, and it's very frightening. My kids haven't been at school for 3 days. Pretty much the whole country has shut down. The only thing people really leave the house for is maybe to go shopping to buy, bread, milk, basic supplies. But even the supermarkets now are running low on like bottled water and things that people want to store in times of emergency. So it's a very fragile situation.
You mentioned your kids not being in school for 3 days, but they're getting a different kind of education right now. I know you have had a conversation with your 11-year-old who had questions about what is going on. Why are people shooting rockets at us? What did you tell him?
Look, it's hard with, as a parent, you don't want to scare your children. You don't want to tell them, I just heard the people you had on before speaking, all the hostages that were taken, people that were, went out to a music festival to enjoy life and to celebrate being together. And music is a great thing to do that. And I don't want to make my son afraid to not do those things, to not leave the house, to just live a life and enjoy and be with friends. And so many people had their lives cut short when they were doing very normal things on Saturday morning. But at the same time, he needs to know that, when there's a rocket, you need to stop what you're doing and get off the screens and go downstairs. And my kids are now well drilled. I haven't necessarily told them the whole story, but I've told them enough of the story to keep safe. But this isn't how we want to raise our children. We want to raise our children in freedom and equality and democracy. And Hamas is preventing many people in Israel from living normal lives at the moment, and that's why I can see the pictures on your screen there of the very strong IDF retaliation against the Gaza Strip, in the hope that will convince Hamas to stop firing their rockets at Israel and limit their ability to do that. But as you know, this is not the first war we've had with Hamas, but this war is on a scale that we've never seen before.
Never seen before, unprecedented times. We've said it countless times. And 50 years ago to the day, your father fought in the Yom Kippur War. And now another holiday, the Simchat Torah, is that right?
Simchat Torah, yes.
And that is how you will now reference this day. At this time when your life is rocked and you're very calm. I mean, it amazes me how calm and collected people are when going through something this devastating. I'm sure you have friends, and if you don't have them directly, you have friends of friends who have people who have died or are missing. Does your faith rise in this situation?
Look, I believe in people, and I believe that people can do good when given the opportunities to do so. The last 9 months in Israel, the country's been incredibly divided over this justice reform. Everyone's been at each other's throats over this political issue, even more divided than you are in the US. Really, people yelling at each other in the streets, protests all the time. Really a lot of concern about a number of political issues, and since October 7th, that's just stopped. Like, in Jerusalem now, there's a blood donation. People are standing in line for 5 hours to donate blood to strangers. There are multiple places where people can donate goods to soldiers, to people in the South who lost loved ones, people donating electricity cables, battery chargers, toiletries, anything to support the war effort. And for a country that was so divided a week ago, I've never seen us so united. So, coming together at this time of tragedy and then really putting our political differences aside so that we can continue to live the dream of what we built a country to do.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.